Join us for episode 22 of the SSC podcast as we talk the July Stadia Connect reactions, personally and abroad, and Xcloud, I called it Xcloud, X-Fraud supposed threat to Stadia. That's right, I said it. Today, apparently, Stadia games and a whole lot more. Let's get into it.
Stay sick cause I follow my gut. They say I was pushing my luck. I'ma push me a matte all black truck. Oh, I'm not sorry.
What's up, people? What's up, people? What's up, people? It is your boy MM2K back again with another episode of the Stadia Stream Connect podcast. This is going to be a special one because I'm going to be in my bag today. But before we get into all that, let me introduce our special panel today. All right. First and foremost, y'all know this guy. We got the good brother Projekt Stream in the house. Stream with
Projekt Stream, huh? You gonna call?
Oh,
I like
name,
that. I like
man.
that. Hold on, I like that. Hold on.
Like Projekt Stream, that's your new name.
Projekt Stream, because that's where it all started, y'all. Y'all know me as Projekt Storm in the building, but today I'm gonna be Projekt Stream. You know what I'm saying? Because we're going back to the roots. You get what I'm saying? And that's all. I'm gonna keep it right there for now. Projekt Stream. I like that one. You know?
Hey, yeah, you look when you know MM2K is hyped and he's talking all over himself and he's giving people new names, you know it's gonna be a good one. But what's up, Storm? What's going on, baby? How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. I'm just out here. I'm ready to give the people what they want, man. I'm ready to just chime in and have a good conversation, man. Have some, you know, there's a lot of positivity, and I know. See, I'm stumbling over my words, so you know what time it really is, man. I just couldn't wait for the opportunity to jump on somebody's platform to spit what I'm about to spit, man. First of all, thank you for having me on, man. I'll tell you that right now. There's a lot to be said. So y'all go ahead and get your lunch. You know what I mean? Get your drink, get your bib or whatever you got to put on, man. It's about to get down and dirty. You know what I mean?
Hey, look. I don't know if they should eat lunch, Storm, because we might make them spit it out. Because we're going to say some things that need to be said today. Ready for today, baby. Because I'm sick of it, Storm. I'm sick of it. But before I completely get sick of it and spaz out, we got another good brother in the house today. His name is the homie, the human cyborg, Ray 3473. This is long overdue, brother. This is long overdue. How are you doing, my good friend?
Man, this is like a dream come true. MM2K, Projekt Storm. Wow, I can't believe I'm on this panel with these two brothers here. I am just excited. Very excited. Thank you.
Man, we're glad to have you, man. Definitely glad to have you. So here's the deal, y'all. We got a lot of news today. We got Xcloud bundled with Ultimate Game Pass. We got the July Connect and all that other stuff, games. And then we're going to talk about some of these salty gamers that are mad. Stadia ain't got no games. And when Stadia gets the games, oh, man, it's on Stadia only. We're going to talk about all that today. But before we get into that, I need to address something. So if you good brothers, give me a couple minutes. I'm going to try not to babble too long. You know what I'm saying? As my TSI brothers say, Storm, right? I'm not going to be Edge or who Chris Jericho with the scroll today. I'm gonna keep it nice and sweet. All right. So today's breaking news. Let me do this like this, man. For those that don't know, let me share my screen. Now, before we get into that, I want to shout out the chat. What the hell's wrong with me, y'all? We got Stadia Kingdom in the house. What's up? Brooklyn, we go hard in the house, man. What's going on? We got Jerry's. We got Christopher Torres. We got Antonio. What's up, Antonio? We got David Alice and Ted. We got who else? We got Red Guy 87.
Raider, man. He just spelled it.
Raider Guy.
You know what I mean?
Okay, Raider Guy. Oh, my bad. Hey, man. Oh, this is the one that be giving you trouble, Ray, huh?
That's Ray's homie. Yeah, that's Ray's brother right there.
Best man at my wedding. Best man at
my
wedding.
Word, Raider Guy. Okay. All right. That's good. Good to see you again. That's what I'm going to say. It's a minute, Raider Guy. Lars Ryan Jefferson. Good to see you. Alec Hazam in the house. What else we got in here? Oh, the homie Heath Stevens. Where you been at, Heath? Come on, brother. Can't be leaving me hanging like that. What's up, Heath? So we got, hey, look, we got a good chat. We got good viewership right now. And for everybody that's watching on YouTube and Facebook. Yes, that's right. On Facebook. Let me get into it. All right. Here's the deal, y'all. I want to share my screen. Can I share my screen? Okay, let me do that. Let me see if I can find this. Everybody's getting all excited over this today. You see this? This is a tweet that Xbox Wire sent out, and they said, we're committed to putting players first. As part of that commitment, we're happy to announce that Xbox Game Pass and Projekt Xcloud are coming together at no additional cost starting in September. Learn more here, right? So here goes a shot of the article. As you can see, it's nice and beefy. There's a lot of stuff going on here. But the simple fact that they thought that the most prevalent thing to talk about was Xbox is and Xcloud says a lot to me. So here's what we're hearing, though. Here's what we've heard. We've heard from Mensa candidates, and I'm going for the juggler today, baby. I'm sorry. Hey, Ray, I probably didn't know. Storm probably had a clue, but I'm going for the juggler today. We got Mensa candidates like our good friend Paul Tassi, who says my heart will go on plays as Stadia drifts down into the icy ocean. My brother from another mother since the last 7 months, every day, every time he thinks he found the magical fortune cookie that calls Stadia's demise, he looks like a jackass day after day after day. So now because, look, let's break this down. Now because Xcloud at 30 frames per second at best, most of the time, only on phones and tablets, now is going to be bundled with Ultimate Game Pass down the road. That means that me, Ray, Storm, we're never going to touch Stadia again. Right? The people that bought Stadia because it's cost efficient, I ain't got to spend another $500. I already got the mid gen upgrade. I ain't got, when Cyberpunk 2077 come out, I ain't got to worry about a 2080 Ti. Paul Tassi, the Mensa candidate from Forbes, and I love Paul, but I got to keep it real. Storm, you know I keep it real. I give it to all people straight up all day.
All the way.
And if I worked at Forbes, I think somebody was drinking when they looked over this dude's resume because he just ain't got it. He's not it because he ain't got it. I'm going to tell you something. If Paul Tassi thinks because Xcloud that plays at 30 frames per second on phones and tablets is going to pull me, Storm, 6'4", Chase, and pull us away from a dedicated cloud service with no downloads, right? Mm-hmm. No downloads, no load times, that we can play on our PC and our laptops at 4K as long as the screen can accept it. All that for either $130 at the max or $10 a month.
We're going to say 99 right now because we keep forgetting that they dropped it. They dropped that for y'all. You know what I'm saying? For everybody that had second guesses, they dropped it to $99.99.
I done read so many
within 8 months.
I done read so many of Paul Tassi's idiotic content. I'm starting to get dumb too. I'm getting dumber too. Thank you, Storm, for letting me know that it's $99 now. If Paul Tassi believes that right now, because he look at his tweet, my heart will go on plays at Stadia. I don't even know what the hell that means. What does that mean?
I have no idea.
What that means. That's Titanic. That's the Titanic.
Yeah. He's talking about it right now like it's sinking right now. If he thinks that Xcloud, just because it's bundled with Game Pass, sinks Stadia now in the state that Xcloud is in, again, I would have to ask my good friend at Forbes, what were y'all drinking? Might I say, what were you snorting when you were looking over this guy's resume? He apparently is not it because he ain't got it. All right? So here's what I have to say about Xcloud bundle with Ultimate Game Pass. I'm not saying it's nothing. What I'm basically saying is it's nothing that at this moment right now even throws a dagger to the state of Stadia. What it does, to the state of cloud gaming. What it does is it makes Xbox as a whole more of a lucrative outfit across the board, whether it's against PlayStation. Oh, if I spend this $500, what am I getting? Oh, I can get into this Xbox Game Pass thing, and then in addition to that, when I want to tinker, because I'm not really a cloud gamer, if I want to tinker on the side in the car or whatever and play these games, then I can play Xcloud at 30 frames per second on the tablet. All right, but if you're someone like me, Storm, Ray, Chase, Eddie, Brian, Meg, Wrath, 6'4", Bippity Bop, if you're anybody like us that said, I don't want to spend thousands and gallops of dollars to get great fidelity, great performance on the go, ultimate comfortability, ultimate convenience. If you're someone like that, Xcloud does not touch the surface of that. Now, I do get it that there are more people that are clutching to their dedicated devices than there are that have the desires that we on this panel have and those that want cloud gaming. But understand that what Stadia is trying to do right now in early access mode is just cater to those that want to have a great gaming experience without the friction and without the emptying of the wallets. They will grow over time to be something that can buck with Xbox and PlayStation. But if there's one thing that's prevalent from this past Connect that we're going to talk about later, is that Stadia is not trying to do that right now. They are not trying to buck with PlayStation and Xbox. They're building their base from people where frictionless, cost-efficient cloud gaming would suit them. So Paul and all of the Mensa candidates that follow, I urge for you to slowly drift to the icy ocean and try to find some brain cells somewhere, because apparently you dropped them. And that's it from your boy right now.
man, if that's how it's gonna go, then Ray, we got to step our game up, bro. We got to step our game all the way up. So, if you don't mind, let me just touch in on that real quick, man. When we talking about this whole Xcloud thing, because I see KB in the chat. Shout out to KB. Always showing up in the building. You know what I'm saying? And we love that. We love having everybody out here in this chat, but we definitely love having KB and all the people that just try to get that clarity that they need to determine whether Stadia is going to be the platform of choice or not, or the platform of the future when it comes to cloud gaming. So I'll say this. I tried Xcloud. I'm going to just keep it sweet and simple. I tried it. It was in 720p, y'all. I ain't say 1080 now. Hold on. I didn't say 1080p. We talking about Microsoft. We know when they drop their consoles, y'all. Y'all know the timeline and all that good stuff. We're talking about Microsoft, one of the biggest gaming platforms, platform holders and providers in the world. How the hell y'all let Google come out here and drop this Stadia at 4K, no downloads, no installs, no patches? It does have games, by the way, because they already allowed us to have over 24 free ones if you signed up day one, like all the founders. Founders, can I get a shout out, founders?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? All right, so with that being said, and I can switch it over to PS Now as well. I might as well do that. I don't even want. I was gonna wait till later in the show, but I'm gonna jump right over there too for any of the PlayStation fans, which I love because I play on all these platforms. PS Now still out here doing 720 damn P, and it dropped in 2014. 720p stereo sound. Y'all get what I'm saying? People got on Stadia about having free trials and all that stuff. Yo, they hurting so bad they got to come out with the free trials. The free trials. They got to give it away for free. But if you go back and do your research, you'll see that Xcloud and Games Pass and all this stuff. Xcloud, they're gonna definitely. They already got the beta going on right now for that. But Game Pass, they had a 14-day free trial. How do I know? Because I'm on the damn platform. I know. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So they are here doing the free stuff too. People's up here throwing shouts at Stadia shots and everything, saying that they couldn't, they basically couldn't keep up with the competition. They couldn't keep up with the competition. Microsoft and Sony, it was just too much, man. Geforce Now, all that. So then I go back and I remember that Stadia is competitively priced at $9.99. That's dollars, US dollars. The same as the damn Xcloud that the Xbox gamers are playing on right now.
Yeah.
So I've learned after this connect that sometimes you have to sit back and do a little bit of research, y'all, before you just blow your lid. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You might see that the other platforms that you love so much have done the same things that Stadia is doing right now. Mm-hmm. And some things Stadia is doing even better. But Ray, I'm gonna pass that to you, man. Ray.
I appreciate that, Project. Man, they're doing the same thing, folks.
Same things, man. Different ways.
They're doing the same things. You talking about the prices? Look at the prices. It's damn near the same. You know, I mean, you can't talk. The technology is good. That's what I did. Project. I got Xcloud too. I got Geforce. Mm-hmm. I played it, and I was like, okay, but I like Stadia better. And that's all. It's as simple as that. You cannot deny the technology, the playing, the instant play, the games. I'm happy. I am happy. And guess what, y'all? They keep talking and talking and talking. We ain't going nowhere. No, we ain't going nowhere. You know, and that's it. That's all I got to say. But I mean, it's the same. It is the same.
And great points by both of y'all. Y'all both hit the nail right on the head. Here's the thing. I never for once said that Xcloud will never be a competitor. You know what I'm saying? But here's what I'm not saying that. Of course they're going to be. You know what I mean? But what I'm saying right now is that people got to understand. I get worked up and I get agitated because, again, people like Paul is behind. If Paul was at Jimmy and Johnny's ketchup article shop, I could care less. That's where he belongs. But if that's where he was at, I could care less. But because he's hiding behind the name Forbes, people see his articles and say, oh, hold on. There must be some authenticity to what he's saying, because why would Forbes, a major pillar within news reporting, put somebody that's so disconnected? I mean, this sounds crazy, but it must be connected somewhere because Forbes put this guy on. And like I said, I want to know what powder candy they had at the resume process. That's all I want to know. Who supplied it? But anyway, the point that I'm trying to make, y'all, is what people are failing to realize, guys, and people in the chat, is that Xbox and both Google are big time conglomerates in this thing. They are the three to beat. Them and Amazon. They're going to be the three to beat. But they all got their own little monkeys on their back right now that they got to deal with. Not Xcloud. Stadia right now, Stadia's monkey on their back is the other cloud services. They got to show that at least in the cloud realm, they provide the best service. That's the little fight they're fighting right now. That's their main focus, with the long-term focus just being where we want to be the number one gaming service, period. Xbox's focus is, we want, for dedicated devices, we want you to go with us. We got the best Xbox, the best experience, the best looking dedicated device gaming solution you're going to get out of a console, because the monkey on their back is PlayStation. Until they shake them two off, these products or services provide two totally different things. And like John Scar of Best Buy Canada said correctly, that these services are not synonymous. You can have both of them. You can have Game Pass, Ultimate, and you can have Stadia, because they provide two totally different things. Now, once the cloud gaming scope gets serious, and they're really battling each other, and dedicated devices probably are skimmed back more and more, this years down the road, then yes. But right now, Xcloud focus is from the dedicated device solution on down, and Stadia's focus is from the cloud gaming solution on up. So again, to say something as idiotic as Xcloud, something an auxiliary service for Xbox, it's not even a main service right now. An auxiliary service kills something that's working in the cloud solely, is stupid.
Yeah,
and those are my final thoughts on it. I'm gonna throw it back to you guys.
And before we move on to the real show, this is just the intro, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Before we move to the meat and potatoes, man, I want to go back to the comment the homie KB made about the Series X. That's factual, y'all. The Series Microsoft is using Series X hardware in their servers or whatever, in the server blades or as server blades or whatever you want to call it.
I want to talk about that too. And I don't want to bunny hop. Yeah,
so
go
my
ahead.
My question to Microsoft and anybody else that knows these things I'm talking about, why the hell they didn't do that in the first place? And I'm gonna answer that in a minute now. I'm gonna ask why the hell didn't they do that in the first place? They was gonna give us the I'm gonna say us because I am planning to cop that Series X. So they're gonna give us the inferior version while Stadia's out here coming out here slapping fools around, first to the party. You know what I mean? First to the party, y'all. And Microsoft has been in the game longer. Now, without going into the whole library that Xbox has amassed over the years, we're just going to talk about the hardware and the software and all that stuff. If y'all don't see what I'm saying, then I don't know. I'm gonna need some help from the panel. But Microsoft has been around for a long time, y'all. Nowhere in the hell Stadia should have them trumped in any area of the cloud gaming scene.
Yeah, I'm told. Look, people say they were joking, and and we'll also, before we move on, we gotta address some of I love my brethren at on Scram Punks, my PNTS network label mates, me and Storm's label mates, but there was some buffoonery there too. I gotta address. With that being said, yeah, Storm is right, and a lot of people say that I am an Xbox hater. No, I'm disappointed with Xbox this generation because the Xbox that brought me Jade Empire, Armed and Dangerous, Quake, what was that? Quake 4 and Too Human, and even games that weren't the best of the best, but they were trying unique hardcore stuff and was always at the cutting edge of technology. Nobody was doing anything technically better than Microsoft when it came to gaming at one point in time. For them to be the back burner of everything and instead at the front end is Sea of Thieves, State of Decay. I'm disappointed because the hardcore, edgy tech side of them is what brought me to the system. So it's not like that I just want to hate on them just to hate on them. I'm not a pony. I don't really love PlayStation games besides God of War, and I'm enjoying Last of Us 2. That's it. That's it for me. But the fact of the matter is that this Xbox is a completely different Xbox at its core from what brought me here. And what Storm said is something that I focus on. I don't like the fact that everything that they've done technically pretty much this year, they're last in. They're not first in anything as far as I'm concerned. And people say, hold on, MM2K, they got the best multiplayer infrastructure. Not as of late. Over the last 8 months, Xbox Live has been down way more than PSN, period. So I don't like this new, we're going to mention all this technical stuff, but we're the last there. And when it comes to cloud gaming, I'm sorry. I got to be blunt. Xcloud is the worst. Okay, so this is why I'm gonna take off my Stadia hat for a second. I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna turn it to my brother Ray, so I can shut up and not bleed out his eardrums. But here's the thing: this is why I say it's idiotic for people to compare a sole cloud gaming solution to something that's a supplementary auxiliary solution to a dedicated device. This is why it's stupid. For the simple fact, if you want to say this makes xCloud better than Stadia, let's talk about all the cloud gaming. If I'm a cloud gamer and I want frictionless, cost-efficient gaming via the cloud because it's cheap and it's affordable and I can't afford nothing else, let's just say I'm like, all right, Stadia is not an option for me. I don't like Stadia. If my options are xCloud and GFN, I'm going with GFN because GFN is is a better performing cloud gaming solution. They have more games. Let's just say if I don't like the performance of GFN, if I say, you know what, GFN only caps off at 1200p, then guess what? I go to Shadow because Shadow not only has more games than GFN, I believe, but they also give you a 4K option. So everywhere you go in cloud gaming, Xcloud gets undone. They even get undone in the home. Because I'm going to tell you this because I've tested it extensively. And I got the receipts. Don't make me bring them out again. Xcloud in the home. No, the console streaming is worse than PlayStation Remote. I said it. It is. And the excuses are, well, it's some beta, I don't give a damn. This is Microsoft. So again, all you Mensa candidates that want to live and die off of Xcloud is killing. No, Xcloud is an auxiliary service. The only thing it has the potential to kill today is itself. Now, when they upgrade them server blades to like my man KB was saying, which is still causes a problem, listen to Microsoft at their last Gamer Stack. They told you they're still learning and they're still trying to learn the stuff that Google's already learned and implementing. They're still behind, KB. You gotta do your research. I love you, brother, but you gotta do your research. All right? I'll send you the footnotes. Give me your email. With that said, I just need everybody to understand that don't fall into this gobbledygook. It's foolishness, and you got people like Paul Tassi that may sound cute on the outside, but the brain is hollow on the inside. And I digress and pass on to my brother Ray. I'm sorry, y'all.
It's all good, brother M2K. It's all good. Man, with that, I have passed on my Xbox One to my son, and I have moved on. Mm-hmm. Okay, I've been playing a lot of Stadia. I'm not, and I'm just keeping it real. I am not. I'm a gamer. I love games, but it is something about Stadia and the convenience of me just hopping on my computer or my TV or my Chromebook and just playing. I have pretty much. I don't think I've really played on my Xbox One for months. Mm-hmm. And I think you're right about that multiplayer. And just so you know, I'm old school too, man. I remember Brute Force. I remember Halo. I remember, I remember
them the cat and all that. We can go back.
I remember them games, man. And Microsoft was awesome making them games, man. They even, you know what? People don't know. They was making sports games. Mm-hmm. NFL Fever. They had a baseball game. And I love that, man. I love that. And then they changed. It changed. But I have moved on. And so I hear what you're saying, MMTK. And I mean, it's cloud gaming, you cannot compare it with the console. You can't. Mm-hmm. You can't. Mm-hmm. And now I'm done, but I moved on. I moved on, but I moved on.
Moved on. Yeah, we're gonna sing that song instead of the Titanic song that Paul was trying to. I don't know what type of soliloquy he thought he was getting into, but cut it out, Bucko. Storm. Anything else on this before we move on? Good
man, brother? That's about it, bro. I'm just out here. This chat, man. There's so much greatness right now going on.
Absolutely.
In this chat, man. Shout out to everybody out here.
Y'all are wonderful, man. Oh, I was going to address. Okay, so all right, and I was saying that jokingly. I don't trust me. My PNTS brethren are not buffoons like Paul Tassi, but I do want to address a couple things that were said because at PNTS we try to lean on us telling you facts and us giving you our thoughts and our feelings off the facts, not us just living and dying off our emotions. You know what I'm saying? And I wasn't there to talk on Stadia's behalf. From what I understand, they tried to get Storm on, their Storm couldn't come on. So they brought my good brother Dragon Moore. And I love Dragon Moore. But sometimes my brother get worked up, and he act like the brother that be sipping on his tea and it's too hot, it burned a little bottom lip, and he whip his head back and he get whiplash, and then some things just ain't connected right. I love you more, but you was letting them get away with stuff you shouldn't have let them get away with. First and foremost, my brother Dragon Moore, y'all, I gotta put him on blast for this one. My brother Dragon Moore said, no. So here's what happened. They said MM2K said that he's not going to play Stadia. I mean, he's not going to play Cyberpunk on Stadia. He said he's going to play it on GFN. Now, that's partially true, and I'll get to that in a little bit because y'all follow me. Y'all know the deal. But my brother Dragon Moore responded and said, no. MM2K ain't a Stadia. He don't like Stadia all like that. He just likes cloud gaming. I almost fell out of my seat and hopped out my window. My nerve endings just took over themselves. Almost threw me out through the glass plate window. I said, if someone don't give this brother a CAT scan, I don't know who will. I'm not a brother. More. Let's do a poll. Who's a bigger Stadia fan, MM2K or Dragon Moore? And they ain't even gonna fill out the poll. They're gonna say Dragon who? Number 2, I gotta say this. If you're gonna quote me when I'm not there, then quote me correctly. And I love my brother Sue, but then he acts like the one that burnt his lip and actually hits his head on the wall sometimes. I said, I've clarified what I was saying about GFN. I did not like the comments that were the way it was being communicated by Stadia. But I have an article, a whole ass article that I wrote for Broadband Bullies. And the reason why I'm giving Tsunami this work is because Tsunami is a broadband bully. That I wrote on the website that said very clearly that if Cyberpunk 2077 is only released in 42 days after it releases everywhere else, I'm still only playing it where? On Stadia. And in the article, I give you my reason to where it doesn't look like to me that it's going to be later. It's going to be day and date as far as I'm concerned. So if you're going to quote me correctly. I'm sorry that I wasn't there last night. I have sinned, but I'll be there next time, goddammit, because Tsunami was running wild. We got to keep him in the baby bed.
But check this out. Check this out now. Check this out. I will say, shout out to the Scram Punks. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't able to make it because I had, it was boo love with the wife time. You know what I'm saying? Everybody knows what I'm talking about. You got to put that time in with the wife or the fiance or the girlfriend. You got to do it. You know what I mean? When you're out here making this content. But I'm gonna tell you right now, I did go back and I checked the thing. I checked the show out. Great show. Check it out. Dragon. I gotta say this. Dragon was out there.
He was giving them that work.
He was representing now.
Yeah, he was representing.
And it's all love at the end of the day. Because Stadia is new, so right now it's the whooping dummy. That's what we might. Some people refer to it as that. It's the whipping dummy. And literally, some of my friends on the Xbox have said that. But he was out there and he was trying to fire back, and he was coming out with those facts, man. I was very impressed at the knowledge that the brother had. I'm gonna leave it at that. But yeah. So shout out.
I love Dragon. I love you, brother. But don't you ever utter out your two lips. Don't let the spit bubbles come out.
I want to know why he referred to you as a pony. You know what I mean? I want to know that. If it's something we don't know, we need to know this.
I'm gonna get more. I was gonna get more on her today, but no, I'm gonna give him this work. I'm gonna give him the same treatment he gave me. He talked crazy about me when I wasn't there. I'm gonna talk crazy about it when he ain't here. I'm gonna give him the same love treatment. But I said, I just wanted to clarify because I know people like my homie Chariot Man Gaming, you know what I'm saying, and other people that go Antonio that go over there. Y'all probably was like, what the hell am I listening to? This is some drug induced stuff over here. These people are talking crazy, and I just want to clarify that yes, MM2K is a Stadia fan, hence the channel Stadia Dosage. And no, your eyes don't deceive you. It ain't you and your lying eyes. Like, shout out to D-Batch. Your eyes didn't deceive you. Yes, the article that I just wrote 5 seconds ago on Broadband Bullies is true. I am playing Cyberpunk 2077 as long as that holds up, that is still releasing within such a short time window. I'm playing it on Stadia. I'm not playing. If it's only a month out, I don't care. I don't care. So that's it. I just want to address it. I'm sorry, guys. But let's go. Hey, Storm.
What up?
Ray, any comments in the chat before we move on that you?
I'm glad you asked, brother. We got so many, man. God, here it is. Here it is right here. Let's go with this first one. I don't even want to say what Stadia King. I'm gonna come back to Chariot Man Gaming, y'all. Stadia King. I'm gonna come back to him because I know what this brother is about right here. Now, Brooklyn, we go hard. Shout out to you. Because at Stadia, we go hard too. You know what I'm saying? Do you think that Google Stadia will be getting UFC 4? Now, I if you don't mind, I'll go first on that.
No, you go first, brother. You go first.
All right. First of all, I never even thought about it. But now, since you mentioned that, I think that that's a great possibility. I think that's a game published by EA, right? Okay. We know that they're already like before. We used to wonder if Stadia and EA were actually connecting. You know what I mean? Because we saw the big logo on the board at the beginning of the first Connect and all that good stuff. All those early events. I think it's possible.
Mm-hmm.
I really do. So just to let you know, that's a good shout out. I don't think I've heard anybody touch on that. I don't know, Ray. You got anything? There's so much good stuff in the chat, man. I wish I had time to just run through all of it.
You know what, man? I'm looking and I'm looking and I'm looking. Somebody asked me, did I finish Monster Boy? No, that game is hard.
Woo! Tell me about it. Shout out to Eddie Player One. Go ahead, bro.
Zero games for me, actually.
Eddie Player One came in my stream and he was laughing away. He said, "This dude is trash." Shout out to Eddie Player One. I love you. I love you, brother.
Thanks. Thank you, Zero, for 0 games for me.
Yeah, and then in my crosshair said, I've been through many console wars and Microsoft needs something to battle PS's exclusives. That's the priority right now, not Stadia. Now, we talked about heavily, we talked about exclusives yesterday, so that right there is right down our alley, but man.
Yeah, perfect. That was a.
We're going to get into exclusives a little later because Splash Damage dropped their IP. They showed what they were working on, which is something that me and Chase and Eddie and so many countless other people in the Stadia community was saying needed to happen. And they came out and did that, but we're going to jump into that later, y'all.
So we got the homie Stadia Kingdom. Big ups to you. Hey, brother.
My bad. I forgot what he said. You see what he said down there?
Yeah, please did. Paul, we say, you talking about what he said? Paul Tassi got me pissed with that tweet.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Look, man. Mensa candidate Paul, MCP. That's his new name, y'all. Hashtag MCP. Mensa candidate Paul. Look, man. Like my grandma said, bless his heart. Bless his heart. He knows not what he does, man. And he tries. People when they're siloed like that, they give it away. You know what I'm saying? Give it away now. They didn't give it away. You know what I'm saying? Ray knows what that is. The Californication. Give it away now.
Oh man. Oh yeah.
They done gave it away. Paul done gave it away. He don't even realize it. He thinks he went to all these little soliloquies and all this silly stuff he quoting from Titanic. He think he done hit his bias. He didn't. We done caught you. We peeped you.
Red Hot.
You done said that you don't understand the market for a cloud gaming solution. That's because you love your dedicated device. And again, the market right now is not huge, but a market is there and it has potential for growth. What is that market? People that don't want to pay $500 every 3 years, next gen refresh for games, for access to their favorite games. The simple fact that when Orcs Must Die 3 came out, and all I had to do and play it was do the click to play, and I could play the game free. Who else is doing that? On my PC, on any screen. Xcloud is just on old marshmallow phones. Stop it, Paul. I'm gonna pay for your gas, even though you're making all that money.
Paul's just waiting on your response, man. But yeah, we can move if you want to, man. He's just waiting on your response, M. I think he likes having fun with the community.
I know he does. He feel like he's getting us riled up, but all he's doing is helping the brother out here. You know, he's getting It's just, when my wife goes and starts yelling at me, you didn't do this, you didn't do that. I just take it out on Paul. That's all. Thank you, Paul. I appreciate you, good brother. Anyway, so let's move on, y'all, to the next topic. Oh, hey, yo, the chat is killer today. It's killer today. Let's do this, man. All right, let's hit to the big news, y'all. Topic number 1, July Connect personal impressions. Now, I'm just going to go over what was there. Let me do this too, man. Let me get all fancy schmancy and drop this. Let me see if I can share my screen again. Put a boom, bada bing. See if I can get this.
Ray, you seen it live right here, man. This dude right here is the mad. I call myself the fake mad scientist when it comes to my content and everything. But bruh, this dude here, he's doing 15 things right now while we're live. I can tell you that now. Only MMK could do that. You know what I'm saying?
So I'm trying, brother, but you know me, I'm gonna mess up. Hey, everybody knows I'm gonna mess up eventually. But with that said, so here goes the Stadia Connect or short version of it. Here's the games that were showcased. All right. No. First and foremost, it was click to play.
Storm, shout out to Eddie Player One.
You
Eddie Player One. Shout out. Click to play.
to Eddie Player One.
Click to play. For those that don't know, just keep it real simple because we have a long list. We have at least 18 things to really touch on. You know what I'm saying? That was included in that connect. Click to play. If you want to laugh, you want to have a good laugh, go to Eddie Player One's channel. Check out his click to play video. I guarantee you will come out. Try not to laugh when you go in there, though. When you go and watch it, try not to laugh. Click to play. Click to play is something that we've been promised since early launch. You know what I'm saying? It's finally coming, y'all. It's coming, and that's where you could be watching. Like right now, Stadia Dosage could be playing. We'll say Crater or whatever, right? And if he wants you to jump into his game world or whatever, you know what I mean? You could just go ahead, or if you like the game that you're seeing on the screen or whatever, for example, you could just click on a link within YouTube, and immediately it'll take you over to that game. You get what I'm saying? So that's a huge one to me, you know.
So we got click to play, we got crowd play. We know what crowd play is. Then we also, I'm gonna just run through these real quick, and then we can give our total thoughts on everything. Super Bomberman, man, oh, they mad about that one. Super Bomberman R, Dead by Daylight, ESO expansion, Hello Neighbor, One Hand Clapping, Outriders, Shadows Die Twice, PUBG Season 8, Hitman 3, Outcasters, Orcs Must Die 3. So with that said, and Storm, you already kicked it off. So overall, what were we're just going to deal with personally. What were your personal impressions of the showcase?
I sat back. I watched the fine people, the fine cast. You included in that cast. The Stadia Initiative and This Week on Stadia Unfiltered linked together. And I was up in there live. It was live and direct, y'all. Mm-hmm. Boy, I tell you, I was looking at the reactions. Oh, man. Oh, it was just something special. Go check that out, too, y'all. Check that out, man. There's so much content out here that could just let you know the different thoughts and opinions and reactions of the community. I thought doing this whole thing because just like with PUBG, right? Some people like, man, I don't care about no damn PUBG. I don't play no pub. They got bots in the game now. I don't give a damn about no pub, right? Me, however, I was chomping at the bit. PUBG? Over 400 million sold, as Eddie Player One knows. Over 400 million. I'm going to say that again, not 40 million. I know my math. Not 40,000, not 400. 400 million players that have tried the game or played the game. Now, we know that's massive. So for a game like that caliber to come out, I was like, damn. Sekiro. I'm going to get right into it. Sekiro. Hitman, the series pretty much. Outriders. So many other games that we're going to get into was announced during this Connect. So I initially said, you know what, I give it a B. I don't understand. I mean, I did get the opinions of everybody, thoughts and feelings and everything. Some people on Twitter, they went back and they watched it twice. Shout out to Tommy Danger, for example. You know what I'm saying? He went back. He watched it. I watched it again. He caused me to watch it again with one of the tweets he sent out. And I went back and I said, damn, after watching the show, they did what we asked them to do. Some of the things that we asked them to do from the last Connect or the Connect before that. You know what I mean? Come out here with these games. Make it about the games. Do this right here. Be more transparent. Get somebody on here besides the people that we don't know. Get somebody out here that can speak. So they got Megan Timney that you just saw on the screen. You know what I mean? They got Megan Timney, UX, I forget her exact title, but I know it has something to do with UX. And what her job is to basically go out here and communicate, you know, with interact with us real people, real human beings via all forms of communication, social media, different platforms or whatever. And so they're doing these things that we asked them to do. So I sat back and I said, damn, I can't just give them a B. I got to upgrade that to a B+. So then I went back and I saw this game, right? Like Bomberman or whatever, all these games that you're seeing. And I said, man, Bomberman, I remember playing that back in the day. But now they have 64-player battle royale and it's only going to be on Stadia? Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, I gave it a B+. I'm going to keep it short, B+.
Gotcha.
Right. Sound to me?
Yes, sir.
All right. When I was in the chat, I gave it a C+. And just like, you know, and I'm just keeping it 100. I'm keeping it a buck. You know, there was some games that I wanted to see. I wanted to see a little bit of the EA games, and I wanted to see some others. You know, I was like, just come on. Everybody was hoping Apex.
Yeah.
You know, and I think what happened is that, man, we were just so overwhelmed. We thought all these games, and then when they didn't show up, we was like, man, they didn't show it. But you know what? I went back and I replayed it, and I looked. And I had one of my coworkers who's a Nintendo fanboy. He texted me talking about old games. Old games.
Old games.
You know what I said? I said they may be old games, but guess what? I've never played them.
Right.
So they're new to me, and I've never played them on Stadia. And I'm excited about, oh my God, Dead by Daylight. I've been looking at the Outriders, and I was like, what? I thought that was coming on just PC and other stuff. Surprised me that it came out on Stadia, so I was surprised by that. But then I started thinking of all the other games. Everybody's like, there wasn't no games. What are y'all talking? There's games. There's effing games
that millions and millions and millions of people have
games coming. And you know, I just think everybody was just, you know, I mean, you know, we just want more. We just want more. But you know what? I'm happy. So I upgraded my C+ that I did in the chat. I upgraded it to a B. I'm not gonna give them an A because I was hoping there was some other games that would have came. But you know what? They did what they were supposed to do. They added some games, and then just like you said, man, I got the Orcs, and oh my God, I'm loving Orcs Must Die, and it was free, and I clicked on that, and I'm gonna tell you something else, and y'all think I'm crazy, but this one hand clap, man, I've been singing, and the little character, when you speak into the microphone, when you sing. It sings too on the screen when you sing, and it's just amazing, man. It's just, you know, and they actually the company sent me a shout out on Twitter because I posted a video of me just messing around. But no, man, I think this Connect was great, and I think there's going to be my opinion. I think there's more to come. But guys, be happy because you forget we got Avengers. Cyberpunk, Watchdog. So don't be sitting like, where's the game? Because I saw people like, well, that's it. Where's the game? There's games. Lots of games.
Yep. So, to your point, Ray, people act like that there's 35 new games coming out every month and they get to play them all. No, I mean, as far as big ticket games, there's, again, I mean, I get it. When I talk about like big ticket exclusives, there's Last of Us 2, there's Ghost of Tsushima, and then there's Halo. And then there are the big ticket games, the CODs, the Call of Duties, and the Apex Legends. We already know what the story with Apex Legends. We just didn't see it this time. You know what I'm saying? But and some other stuff. With that being said, look, what people don't realize is that this is a console or a platform that launched at the end of a generation. Its purpose was not when it launched to buck up against PlayStation and Xbox. They're letting you know that come next generation, their plan ultimately is to buck up against Xbox and PlayStation. Right now, they're just trying to be a better cloud platform than the other cloud services. But when you talk about games available, if you, in contrast, bump it up against PlayStation's launch games, PlayStation was around 70 launch games. Stadia's around 65. So what are we doing here? You know what I'm saying? Like when you look at the big picture is they're trying to get ready for the big show, which is next gen. Because it's a cloud platform that requires a lot of data, they had to do they had to do partial R&D data collection before that gen. They came out a year in advance. It came out in 12 months, as Jack Buser said himself, as we've been trying to tell you, we've been trying, but y'all didn't want to listen. So what you're saying is absolutely right. Now I'm gonna give my score. I'm gonna give him that. I was buttering y'all up, Stadia community, because I'm gonna rehash for my score because y'all might just kick my ass up out of here. Y'all might kick my ass,
ahead, man. You gotta
the quarter. Okay, but look. I sent out a tweet earlier because I found it funny, Storm. You was there last night. I was called before Scram Punks, I was called a bot by somebody. That was just hilarious. Then on Scram Punks, they called me a pony, and they said that I don't like Stadia. Then today, Paul Tassi said, "I wish I had the endurance and love," whatever the hell he was saying, for Stadia like you do. So now I'm a Stadia stan. You know what I'm saying? I'm all that stuff in 24 hours is crazy. Y'all gonna call me a Stadia head after I tell y'all this. When I saw this, y'all, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. If y'all didn't watch this, when I saw this, out of 10, I gave it a 4.5. Now hold on, y'all, hold on. Here's why I did it. I didn't do it because of the games. I know what this is, meaning I know what Stadia is. I don't shoot it over the moon. Everything that I just said to you is as far as them trying to right now do the data collection phase. Jack Buser confirmed it. So for the Mensa candidates, it's like, what do you mean data collection? What does that mean? It's already been confirmed. Do your damn research. But this is the data. I know what it is. And right now it's not about bucking with PlayStation and Xbox because they couldn't even compete. PlayStation and Xbox has 7 years worth of games that they can't touch in 12 months. That's impossible. What they're trying to do is be the best cloud service. Now, with that being said, I thought that the caliber of games that they showed at the Connect were not, quote unquote, Connect brand worthy. Here's why I say that. Last Connect, it was good. It made everybody like, whoa, shoot. PUBG is a top 3 game everywhere. It's a top 3 game on Steam. Every platform that you go to, PUBG still top 3. And I said they got to get a top 5 game every Connect, right? Because Connect was the brand of, look, we're trying to reach the massive audience, and we're trying to get all this headway. And I originally didn't think that the games that they had were of the caliber to reach those massives. Boy, was I wrong, and I'll get into that in a little bit. I was wrong. MM2K had to reflect on itself because I got exposed. I had to be honest. With that being said, I am going to revise my score. I'm going to revise my score to a 6.5. Now, here's why I'm not going above that. Here's why it's still kind of low, and people might still want to beat me with rakes and stuff and shovels. The reason why I give it a 6.5 is because Storm, Ray, I'm standing firm. I'm standing my ground. I believe wholeheartedly that unless you have big banger news, that it shouldn't be, it should be in the Connect. If you got big banger news, but if you don't have big banger news like you did last Connect, then do like blogs. And then what they should do is every month for 15 minutes, what's her name? Erica Hoffman-John, I think that's her name.
Yeah.
Or Jack Buser, somebody for 15 minutes should sit down and do something called the Stadia Pulse, where they review all that stuff, but they go into more detail. Like we got people asking about click to play. How does it work? They're confused from the Stadia Connect. Well, if you would have put everything in that Connect in a blog post and showed it later in a 15-minute vlog with a V, I think it would have went over well. I mean, it went over well. We'll get into that a little bit, but it would have went over better universally. But that's my thoughts. Again, it's not because of the caliber of game. 6-4 alluded to this. We can't sit there and say that you got to get to casuals, and when they get to casuals, we say, "Oh, why you broadcasting to the casuals?" Like you can't have it both ways. So they make this Connect about the casuals. It was effective because the overwhelming majority of news was positive. Even The Verge, Tom Warren's The Verge was positive. So with that said, those were my scores. I was wrong, but I'm keeping it at 6.5 only because I still want Stadia to, again, do the Stadia posting. I think it'll go over well, and it'll be well perceived universally. Any thoughts on that, guys?
Well, I just want to say I disagree with you. That's all.
Okay. No, not a problem. Go ahead, brother. Give me that work. Hey,
no. It's good to have.
I'm an expert. Give it to me, brother.
Yo, it's always good to have different, a difference of opinions and everything, man. And so I respect it to the fullest. And you know, I'm just messing with you, man. Yo, for everybody that thought the thing, from trash all the way up to excellent. Yo, it is what it is. The good thing is it got Stadia talking. It got people talking about Stadia is what I'm trying to say, right? So they put the buzz out there, generated a good buzz. So with that being said, now they had to take this. They had to learn. They can learn from it. Go out there and look at some data. Look at the feedback from the community and all that stuff, and then they can make this next show even bigger, even better. And we know that when we get closer to these next gen consoles dropping, y'all, we know that they had to come out with some bangers, man. And I think they will. I almost said I know they will, but they've already proven us that we don't know a damn thing.
We don't know a damn thing.
They're not trying to let their competition know every damn move they're making. Remember Destiny 2, y'all? Remember when they got that thing free with cross progression or whatever and all that stuff? And then next thing you know, a little bit later, Microsoft said, guess what, y'all? Destiny 2 free on Xcloud, I think, or whatever the case was. It was free on Xbox, for example. So they're holding certain things tight to the chest, you know what I mean? So Apex still could come and all those other announcements, and then they still could say Cyberpunk day and date are very close, for example.
Can I get in?
Absolutely, brother. I know we chiming and chopping. You go ahead, Ray. You go ahead, Ray.
You wrong, MM2K. You wrong.
You're wrong. You always been wrong.
And I'm usually, everybody said Ray's just so quiet. He just sit here and smile. But you wrong, brother.
Get him, Ray.
God damn, you wrong.
Get him, Ray.
Woo! Wrong. And I'm gonna tell you what you missed right now.
Tell him what he missed, though.
Come on, man. Dead by Daylight, when we streaming, we got crowd play.
Banger.
We got the choices of, do you know how fun that's going to be when you got the chat and you can say, hey, do we want to see Ray kill somebody or do we want to see Ray run for his life?
Yeah. Is that exclusive to Stadia?
That's exclusive to Stadia.
Come on now.
I know,
man. Come on now. And then another thing. See, you said about PUBG, we getting season 8.
New map, y'all. They teased a new map. We were so busy waiting for the next game, Ray. I'm sorry that we missed a new map being teased on that PUBG.
Come on now. You guys, this is good. And then you guys are sleeping on Outriders, man. That's another, I think, might be a silent hit. Yeah. Now, and everybody was like, oh man, this is what Splash got to show us, this little kitty game. I one time I looked at Get Pack, and I ain't gonna lie, I looked at that and I said, man, that looked like a kitty game. I don't know if I played that game, I fell in love with that game. So, there's some bangers coming out. I just think, we just wanted Warzone. We wanted Apex. We wanted just a little bit more detail. And then, we're getting the not rated. It won Game of the Year. Yeah, it's hard. That game is hard. Just so you know, that game is hard, but it was Game of the Year. And I think that's what they was banking on, as they're like, boom, we got the Game of the Year playing on Stadia. But do you know, a lot of guys that I know, I had a friend that's a PlayStation fanboy who wants me to go on his podcast so all his other 3 guys can just beat me up because I love Stadia and I got to defend Stadia. But you know what? That's another story. But they was like, wait a minute. You getting that on Stadia?
Yeah.
Yes.
You're right. Over 2 million days when it dropped, Ray. Yeah. I remember that. I played the game on Xbox.
You're right, Ray. Ray, you're right.
So played the game.
So come on, man. Don't, guys. In the clouds. Remember this. Instant play, buy, click, play, buy it. Play it on multiple devices. And we got more games. I wish they would have went further deeper into like Watchdog or Avengers and stuff like that, but they didn't. But those are games that are coming to Stadia. So when these guys are sitting here and they're like, this old games, I said, what the hell are you talking about? We got old, we got new, we got independent, we got everything that any person that is a gamer, a variety of stuff. You want scare games? Hell, we even got a damn company that makes scare games. That's what they do. They made Until Dawn. So man, we got a lot to be excited. So my number, I give them an 8. I give them an 8. I mean, come on now.
Yeah, man. Hey, so hey, Brooklyn, we go hard just said what I really was. He said what I was really disappointed in was the Garbage Pro sale. Now I gotta agree with the brother on the sale because that's a time when you can go out there and drop like 20 or 30 games or whatever, and have to generate a little bit more hype after the connect or something. So I get what he's saying right there. But Ray, man, you're right, bro. You're right.
Yeah. Well, there you have it, folks. The show is now going to be called Cyborg Dosage. MM2K out.
Cyborg Dosage. Gotta love it.
No, I'm back, y'all.
But look, hey, then Ray, you got to remember, everybody, just keep in mind that Xbox Game Pass, it's not dropping with all new games. It didn't drop with all new games. It dropped with some old stuff too. You know what I mean? It really did. PlayStation Now, they threw in some old games and they took out some of their AAA banger exclusives. They took them out real quick, like God of War and all that stuff, man. So come on, man. You got to just sometimes you gotta just look at all aspects of things. Let me do this.
I'm going to turn a new leaf, Ray and Storm. I'm going to turn a new leaf. No, Storm, your new name is Stream. Project Stream.
Project Stream. I appreciate that.
If Ray's going to beat my face to the gravel, I'm changing your name, man. Somebody going to suffer with me. No. But Storm and Ray, look, I'm going to turn a new leaf. For here on out, I'm not going to say anything negative about Xcloud. So help me, cross my fingers behind my back. Okay. But I'm going to say this. Let's just say that Xcloud is a fantastic value. It's a fantastic service. But it's a value that's a supplement to dedicated device gaming.
That you still have to download the games on, man.
Yeah, you still got to download the games. You can't play it everywhere. It's 720p, and even when they upgrade those server blades to the Series X, it's still limited to the capabilities of that box. So the first 3 years, yes, that's going to be okay. That's going to be fine. But as Stadia is upgrading year after year after year, and y'all still got to deal with the capabilities of the Series X on them server blades, then the Xbox Series X specs ain't going to look as great as they do now 3 or 4 years from now. So you got to wait till they upgrade to the next. So that's what I'm saying. Like, they're two totally different services with two totally different approaches with two totally different goal sets, and they don't have to overlap each other. So I want, real quick, Storm, and I do want your comments on this. The reason why I was bloviating was I was answering Dwayne Anderson's question. He says, would you stand on the E3 stage and deliver that Connect? The E3 stage, my brother Dwayne, is for the hardcore dedicated gamer that wants dedicated device solutions. Stadia's not there yet. So if you're getting Stadia because you want something that's going to buck with PlayStation and Xbox Now, as far as getting access to all of the most talked about games as soon as possible, then you got the wrong thing. I hate to tell you, that's not what this service is about. It's about giving you access to great experiences, new and old, in ways that you've never played before, better than anybody else can do it in this lane. That's what the service is about. If you want something to go, we're winning NPD, you picked up the wrong service, Dwayne. You got to do some self-reflection. So those are my thoughts. Anybody want to pick up on that, Storm or Ray?
I was just going to go ahead and go in this direction right here, man, because that right there was just powerhouse stuff right there, man. But let's get back into it, y'all, because over on PlayStation and Xbox, man, I love those communities right there, y'all. Love them. You know what I mean? Shout out to all of them. PC. Yo, over there, they get caught up in the teraflop all that talk, right? Teraflops and CPU and SSD and all that stuff. Stadia came out here in the game, y'all. Their specs were 10.7 teraflops. I don't know I don't know how many people was really hyping that up, but they should have been, because that's what they're doing on console. Now, people know, some people think that Stadia, they're not competing directly with the consoles, but they are. They are. Now, 10.7 teraflops, y'all, was more than the 6 teraflops and the 4.2 of the PS4 Pro, which I do own as well, combined, y'all. This is Stadia at the early stage now. At the early stage, MM. So I'm just piggybacking on what you was just talking about, and you made me think about this. If Stadia wanted to play dirty, they can go out here and say, look, man, we about to shut this head. And I'm sure Zaja can tell you right now, the infrastructure of Stadia is designed in a way that these instances can work together. And this is just stuff that we don't have no damn clue about, y'all. We don't know what the hell Stadia has. Google has built, so they probably laugh at night. Like, these mugs don't even know what the hell we done built. You know what I'm saying? They up here like Series X, you know what I'm saying? That's 12 teraflops and all this good stuff right here. And the SSD of the PS5 at 5.5 gigabits and all this other stuff. Man, Gen 2.0 could blow us away.
Yeah. We don't
and they already talking about this, and this only been 8 months, not even a full year now.
Not even a full year.
And devs are out here working on Gen 2 already now.
Uh-oh. Did we lose Storm?
Stuck, y'all.
You back. We lost you for a second, Storm. We lost you for a second.
Oh, my bad. The PC sometimes be tripping. What I was saying, if they wanted to drop a nuke, they could, man. They could drop a nuke right now.
Look, the reason why,
go ahead and just mess the game up.
The reason why, and I'm gonna say this and turn this to Ray. The reason why that I don't put stock into all this doom and gloom is, remember when the Switch came out and people were like, the Switch is trash. I remember the homie Dirk Griggity, love him, but he was the mastering of that buffoonery last night. I love him, but he even dropped the video. We laugh about it all the time. Dirk laughs about it too. He said, he dropped the video that said, it's time for us to admit that the Switch is trash. It got 16,000 views, one of his biggest videos ever. And guess what? The Switch is decimating everything. I urge y'all not to listen to the idiot herd. Why? Why was that so laughable? Because Nintendo was on a different track than Xbox and PlayStation. Y'all just couldn't see past the 5 minutes of now. So we're here once again. Google trying to compete with Amazon and Microsoft. They know that gaming is going to be $300 billion in 2025. They're not going to leave that on the table. They're just on a different track. They're not trying to compete the way Xbox and PlayStation is trying to compete. They're on a different track. So this is why I say, stop talking about, does this belong at an E3 stage versus Microsoft? That's not their goal. And just like y'all look foolish when y'all were doubting the Switch, y'all going to look foolish here. Okay. Now, is this going to be the number one way to game years down the road? I don't know that. But what I can tell you is that they are invested in this because they have to be. The market dictates it. There is no way that Google can leave this on the table with Amazon and Microsoft hunting it so badly. It's going to be bad for their bottom line. And I digress to my brother Ray for any final thoughts on this before we move on.
Man, I got a text a while back. Somebody told me Amazon is coming to take out Stadia.
Hey, look, I can't laugh about that. Hey, me and Chase was talking that line in the Serengeti. I got to shut up right now.
You know what Amazon doing right now, right?
Woo! My God.
You know what they doing? They had to go back to the drawing board.
Real quick.
Because they saw what was happening here right now. You know, they came out with that what was that? Cruise. Oh man, I actually downloaded and I played it. And and then they had that New World, that giant MMO. Yeah. And then you know what MMO that I'm playing right now that I love on Stadia?
Yeah.
And they got another expansion coming out for it. Whew, man, I mean, it's like right now, I'm sorry to say it, but Stadia is the number one clouding. We first. And we doing it right. And so, yeah, they had to go back and they ain't coming out till next year because there's something special with Stadia. You know,
I'm gonna tell you how special it is, Ray. It's so special that Shadow, for example, Shadow Cloud PC. I just dropped a video the other day showing that Shadow, when you plug in a Stadia controller, it puts a clown face icon up right next to the controller. It says Google Stadia controller, or Google Stadia Inc. or whatever, and then it has a clown on the left, a clown face on the left of that. When you plug in the Xbox and PlayStation controllers, it has their beautiful logos right next to it.
Yes,
so that shows you what kind of threat Stadia really is.
Yep, that's true. That's true. I do have, just so you guys know, I have all the cloud service except for Black Nut. I'm not getting Black Nut cloud service, but that's another story.
Yeah, I feel you.
And I'm telling you, Stadia is right now my favorite cloud. It's right now my favorite. I'm gonna keep it real, and I'm saying I'm not a Stadia fanboy. I have other.
You know that.
I love playing games, but right now it's just something. I have 50. What did I added yesterday? I have 54 Stadia games. Okay, so that just shows you how I love the games. I love playing the games on Stadia. It ain't going nowhere, folks. It's not going nowhere, and you can't E3. Come on, man. This is Google. Google is not Xbox. Google is not. You can't compare these companies. They do different marketing. They do different stuff. You can't. There's no. They're gonna do it how they want to do it. They're gonna put it out how they want to put it out. Will we always agree on it? No. But guess what? They're gonna do it, and it's getting. And shout out. I invited Kevin into. He asked me about Stadia, and he got hooked. And now he has a Stadia. And guess what? He just hooked one of his friends. We growing. The numbers are growing. We get, people are like, man, I don't have to spend $600, $500, $700. I can do what? Not $100, and I can play this on the go. Do you know I was I damn near had a heart attack laying on my damn bed in the hospital, and I said, ma'am, what?
Facts.
Can you get my phone out of my pocket?
Facts.
I had the damn IV, and I was like, I must hit that stadium. And
that's real rap.
Instantly, I was playing, and I was hooked up. All right, I'm out.
That's dope, and he ain't lying about that, y'all. Don't think that's a joke. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah, brother, serious. Yeah,
it's doing major things, man. Major things. Can't even lie to you.
So, yeah, I think we covered that. Anything in the chat? I know. We got some.
All right, let's see. I'm about to see right here. Trizza said, "Why take your time?" Trizza Rector right here. Shout out to the homie. Why take your time to put a clown face in your interface for Google Stadia? How bitter are you? Great question, Trizza. That's what I was thinking when I saw it. I thought it was broken. I'm like, what the hell? Defective product or something? So,
you thought it was coming after you.
Yo, I unplugged it like 10 times and it was still there, bro. And now, like months later, it's there. You know what I'm saying? Plug that Stadia controller in. I used a USB Type-C cable connection, and that was it. But you plug that Xbox controller in, that PlayStation controller, you probably could plug in the Nintendo controllers, and it won't show that. But it is what it is at the end of the day, man. Competition makes it better for all of us consumers,
Exactly.
Bibbidi Bob. Yes, they do have a cloud gaming service called Black Nut, man. They really do. They really do. That's why he said, I'm not messing with that.
He said, I ain't messing with it.
But
I look, here's the thing. I think the moral of the story is, y'all, that competition is good. Look, I'm in the Xcloud beta. This is before I was in Xcloud beta before my Stadia came, I believe, if my memory serves me right. This is when I thought GFN was the premier service. And then I got in the Xcloud beta and I played it and I was so dismayed. I was really dismayed because I thought that I was like, damn, Xbox, God damn it. Mm-hmm. But then I got to Stadia and I was like, okay, Stadia might be all right. We'll see. And then it blew my mind. But there's a world where they all can cohesively exist. All of them really can't cohesively exist. They give you reasonable options. I mean, think about it. If you buy one game a year, if you buy one game a month, you can get Xcloud with Game Pass Ultimate, GFM, and a version of Shadow for the price of one game a month. And you'll get hundreds and hundreds of games, and then you'll get top of the notch performance on top of that. You know what I'm saying? Without having to buy additional games in some cases. So, it's just something to behold in. And I think even if it's the real battle between xCloud and Stadia isn't here yet. We still got a couple of years before it boils down. I get that people are talking about the Series X. I don't think that that's going to come into fruition until 2022. You know what I'm saying? We got to remember, this demo that we're getting in September. Remember, originally it was supposed to come at the end of 2019.
Yeah,
it was supposed to come at the end of 2019. So yeah, we can't have short-term memory. And even if it does come, let's say if it comes early, let's say if it comes October, November. You know what I'm saying? If it comes earlier than we expected, again, there's still a platform. There's still room for both of them to coexist because they still offer two types of things. So, any final thoughts before we move on?
Nah,
man. Chat's lit.
I was just looking at it, man. Shout out to Deus Ex Macchiato. Sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong, but yeah, shout out to all of you all in the chat right now that's keeping it lit. Eric Lugo, real quick, says Google is just playing nice. They got so much money they could turn this industry on its head if they wanted to, and he ain't lying.
Facts.
He ain't lying.
Yeah. All right. So the next topic is going to be, my friends. Let me stop sharing the screen right here. The next topic is going to be, my friends, is going to be somewhat in the same vein, but now we're going to talk about the global impressions of this Connect, right? So again, y'all heard me, and some of you have already threatened me, said I better not walk to my car at night by myself. So you know what I'm saying? Hey, look, man, I could dig it. Look, so when I gave my 4.5, and look, hey, my brother Chase, I'm gonna bring you in here too. Chase, like, don't mention my name. I ain't got nothing to do with this, damn it. I gotta bring somebody. I gotta bring a fellow fall guy with me. Hey, look, me and Chase, we were all over the place like we had bubble guts. We were squirming in our seats. We was upset, mad, pissed off, everything that you could be, all in one single ball of emotion. And and my brother Chase, we was talking subliminally through subliminal messages.
You can see it.
And
you can see it.
Yep.
He turned the mic off.
He turned the mic off. He went to go release his bubble guts. I was still holding on to mine. I was still holding. And I said, man, look, I said, we're going to get roasted. We're going to get roasted. What's HaHa Davis? We're going to get roasted on the internet. So Chase actually brought it to my attention first. He said, hold on. He said, now, Donnie from PVSG, I believe that and big ups to Don. Man, look, Storm, Donnie from PVSG is a network in the similar vein as PNTS Network. Mm-hmm. But PVSG is what PNTS Network wants to be. Donnie from PVSG, brother, hit me up and tell me your secrets. And yo, they got a phenomenal network out there. Them brothers is killing it. Big ups to them. Big ups to Donnie. So Donnie had a podcast. He was one of the original Stadia podcasts. Yep. Now check this out, y'all. And this goes in the same vein of what Ray was talking about with his PlayStation friends. Because Ray ain't lying. I can vouch for it. This is when the bubble guts, when a blum, 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 blum started to subside. It was like, oh, my stomach is getting better. Something's going on here. Donnie had an original podcast, one of the original Stadia podcasts. I want to say sometime in February, March, he was like, I'm done with this. And everybody was like, what are you talking about, Donnie? The Stadia thing, it sucks. It sucks monkey butt. I don't like it. I'm done with it. I'm done doing the Stadia podcast. We'll talk about cloud gaming in general. Stadia sucks. This is a guy that was a founder. Yep. This was a guy that went through the content extensively. This is before I even had the notion, even thought about doing a Stadia podcast. I was listening to this guy. Him and Generation Stadia were the first two podcasts I listened to. And when they left, I was like, well, damn, god damn. But I was still in love with the platform, and I said, well, I'm gonna be one of the ones that still love it. That's it's going to sing its praises because I still love it. Now, Donnie sat down with Chase about a month or so ago and explained why he left. And Chase did a super fantastic interview. I wish I had the link on me.
I watched that live.
Yeah, that was beautiful. That was fantastic. And it was a reality check because he was opening my eyes up to something, but he was still like, look, I was looking for Stadia, like my homie Dwayne Anderson in the chat, to be something at launch, something that could buck against PlayStation and Xbox. And I didn't get that. That's what Donnie wanted. And a lot of people are making fun of Stadia because they don't have the games or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You can't go into a store and buy a Stadia. So those type of things. He was like, I don't like it. And it was a great discussion. Actually, I even had to reach out to him on Twitter. I believe I did, and said, man, you did a phenomenal job. Even though you don't agree, that was fantastic. Or I may have left a note with Chase. Anyway, make a long story short, Chase came back, I guess, from releasing his bubble guts and was like, whoa, hold on. Whoa. He said MM2K. He was like, yo, you tried to do it under his breath. I was like, what, brother? I was trying to do it under my breath. He said, brother, did you see this from Donnie? I said, what's from Donnie? He said, Donnie said that he liked to connect. I said, what?
Yep.
I said, man, who hit Donnie in the head? This ain't the right Donnie. You got the right Donnie? First, I said, is this Donnie Simpson? See, I'm telling my, is it Donnie Simpson or Donnie from PSVG? He said, no, this is Donnie from PSVG. I said, what? And then I went to go look at Donnie's tweet. I didn't believe Chase. I thought Chase was lying to me. I thought my brother was lying to me. And golly, while I'm looking for Chase, for Donnie for PSVG, I saw on the side that Stadia was trending. So I said, okay, Donnie might just be feeling extra special today. Maybe he had him a special brownie, just feeling lovely and good today. I said, I'm going to go to the Stadia trending, and I'm going to see it getting decimated. And my God, what did I see? I saw positive tweet. The Verge, Stadia, positive tweet. I couldn't believe it. I said, hold on, Chase, we're about to get land-basted for a land-basted. And then we just had to come clean. We just, Chase came clean and said, hey, I'll take the L. And I said, hey, look, I guess I was wrong. And then the rest is history. Now, granted, before I turn it over, you have the idiot herd out there. Like you had Jeff Keighley do a poll. Jeff Keighley doing a poll on whether people like Stadia is like a vegan doing a poll on prime ribs. It's not, you can't even trust it. You can't trust it. Besides the idiot herd stuff, there was all of the major news article people was pretty much all positive. It's crazy. Look, I'm gonna share my screen right now. Here goes an example of an article. Let me do this. This is like one hand. They're even excited for one hand clapping out in early access. Article after article was positive on Stadia. I just couldn't believe it. So I'm gonna turn it over to the panel as I say this. Why do you think, besides your own personal reasons, why do you think that Stadia's Connect, this one, that a lot of us hardcore gamers thought was trash, why do you think it resonated so well, not only with the media, but a lot more of the casual gamer? Why do you? Ray, I'm gonna let you take it first, and then I'm gonna let Storm, bring it on in.
Well, that's perfect because I was gonna give it to Ray first anyway because I got a lot to say about it.
Gentlemen, thank you so much. Why do I think? Well, I'm gonna tell you why I think, because we supposed to be dead.
Yeah, in the water.
A long time ago in the water. I got friends that's like, how are you guys still doing it? How are you still doing it? And so I bring out my phone and I said, look at all these games, man. Stadia, it used to be Stadia. Look at it. Stadia didn't have no games. Mm-hmm. Then it used to be the prices of the games, and then you start looking in Steam and you start looking at other places and look, they just as much. Mm-hmm. But what it was is just, guys, the technology is amazing. And also the is good on the pocketbook.
Yeah.
you know, and I'm like, that's some pretty got the games that they showed. I think a lot of people they showed sport. People don't know it, but they did show I mean, they didn't go in detail, but they showed the basketball game, they showed the golf game. There's a lot of varieties of games for kids, adults, everybody. And the features, the click and play, the crowd play, which I think is going to be awesome. I just think, and I got people in, global. I got friends in France. I got friends in Brazil. I got a lot of friends in the UK, and just excited, that this technology and these games. And just so you know, just because everybody played this game on PlayStation, everybody played that game on Xbox, and they're saying these games are old, like Hello and all, Hello Neighbor. A lot of people have not played it or experienced. There's a lot of games I haven't played, because my son has taken over my PlayStation and my Xbox, but I'm happy because I've been playing on my Stadia and my PC. But I just think people are starting to open their eyes to something that we've already seen in the past. And it's something special about this cloud gaming. And they're starting to say, damn, this cloud gaming is not going anywhere. You know what? I want to be a part of that. And shout out to I remember when he was on Chase's show, and he kept it 100.
Yes, he did.
I said I respect that brother because he wasn't sitting up here, he just said this is what I don't like. And I saw that and I was like, what? MM2K. I said the same thing. I was like, what? And it just shows you. And I got some of my hater friends at work like, hey man, that Stadia is not too bad. What? I can't hear you.
Yeah, speak up, brother.
I can't hear you. That Stadia, man, y'all doing your thing, man. Y'all doing your thing. But anyway, I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna pass it on. But I just think people are starting to open their eyes to just like how we open their eyes. I mean, I was sold by the first Connect, and I'm a founder, and I just think people are it's special. It's something special. All right, Projekt.
Well, I was sold on Project Stream, man. I'm just gonna jump right into it. You notice I didn't give you any time to breathe before I jumped into it, right? From Project Stream, when I first heard about the whole thing, I was like, man, this has potential. All right. Now that story's short right there. Going into what MM was just asking, why do we think that the general media population now is starting to sing a different tune? Well, see, all the members of the community who knows what I'm talking about, some of us already predicted this. We already knew this was going to happen. And just to put it into better perspective, right, and give a little bit more clarity, if you look at the massive amount of hate, y'all, that it generated when Stadia first dropped, then you should have known that eventually it had to be all peaches and cream.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Sun and rainbows. Because nothing that in our lives that we have seen, now anybody in the chat, you let me know if I'm wrong. Tell me something that you have seen gaming-wise, gaming related, that's been hated on more than Stadia. Then the Wii U got more love than Stadia. You get what I'm saying? The red ring of death Xbox 360 got more love than Google Stadia. PlayStation Network went down for a month, y'all. We got free games, like 1 or 2 free games off of that. Y'all remember that? That got more love than Stadia.
Yeah.
Now, so you tell me why. I'm not surprised. I can tell you that right now that everybody's starting to sing a different tune. And it's because they didn't have any publishers. No developers wanted to sign up for it, right, Ray?
Yep.
No publishers, no devs. Y'all ain't got no games. Now we got a spread of games. Everybody out here, raise your hand if you have a backlog of games on Stadia that you can't even damn get through. If you gotten through half of your games on Stadia, let me know. I might give you a 5.
Doom. I still get. Can you believe that?
Man,
games, but I still got Doom in my backlog.
And don't even talk about the Doom. Don't even talk about that, because that's a game right there that might be running at 120 frames per second, 120 hertz, or whatever you want to say, man. Like that game right there, phenomenal. I just recently completed it, and it ran on Stadia without any bugs, any glitches, any hiccups or anything like that. Now, that might be because my connection, sometimes it acts like it wants to do some good things. You know what I mean? It cooperates with me, right? Other times it might not, just like everybody else's. But that's the same for Xbox and PlayStation, y'all. They're inconsistent sometimes too. They shut down. Like MM just said, I was in the party chat last week. The party chat disconnected and we couldn't even chat. And we were in the middle of a live game. You know what I'm saying? So things like that happen on these other platforms. We have to keep in mind now. Stadia's making moves. They're getting gains. Shout out to Splash Damage. If you're listening, or if you're going to listen in the future, shout out to you all for coming out here and showing what you've been working on. Because they could have said, man, hell no, we ain't ready for that yet. Not for this connect right here, maybe the next connect. They showed us what they were working on. We wanted it to be I wanted it to be a shooter. I'm gonna stop putting y'all into it. I wanted it to be a damn shooter. I knew that they had experience in MM2K with Wolfenstein and Gears of War, and they had been working on these multiplayer modes and mods or whatever they were doing, but they never we forgot, or we didn't know that they never made a title, a first party title. Mm-hmm. So then I started thinking like, damn, you know what Stadia's trying to do without us even knowing? They're trying to do what Nintendo does, Microsoft does, Sony does. They're trying to rope in all, like Ray hinted at, they're trying to rope in all these different gamers from all different age groups. Mm-hmm. So that when that thing goes over to India and South America and other territories that it's not in right now, it's going to take off, y'all. It's that simple. It's that simple.
Can I say this? This is why I wasn't upset about the games. Sometimes we do get ourselves overhyped. Sometimes when people make that accusation, I'm like, nah, because Stadia overhypes too. But no, I think sometimes we do get ourselves overhyped. Under no circumstances did I have any high expectations as far as AAA caliber. I'm not saying good, because my two favorite games on Stadia right now are what? Monster Boy and Octopath Traveler. I was about to say Octopath Gone Aways. Yeah, watch TSI to catch that one. But Octopath Traveler, and those are not AAA games. So in no way, shape, or form or fashion, though, did I have expectations that the Splash Damage game would be AAA. Why didn't M2K have that expectation? Because the way it was announced. Hey, look, we got a game coming from Splash Damage. We're looking to talk to you about it later. When Stadia has a AAA game that they going to introduce, they bring it out there quick and they bring it out there extensively, aka Baldur's Gate. You see what I'm saying? Or even something like Orcs May Die, which ain't AAA, but it's a high-end AA game. You feel what I'm saying? When they got something like that, they're like, look at they want you to look at every single crevice. But the simple fact that they said, hey, they were just talking to the volume, let me know that, oh, okay, this is not likely going to be a AAA effort, but I don't care. It helps grow the volume which is needed. So again, to what Ray was talking to and Storm's been talking to and everybody's been talking, 6'4", we definitely can't forget 6'4", bringing us up.
Forget about him. Shout out
to 6'4". You know, we got to watch this over expectation game. Do not let the bibble babble that we, you know, and the ethos that we try to get into and guess Google's move. They're not. We're going to be wrong all the time. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to put that out there. But any other additional thoughts before we moved on?
That's it. We can keep on rolling.
Anything in the chat? Anybody see anything in the chat?
Man, the chat, man, there's some stuff in there, and there's some good stuff in there, some heated stuff. But I'm just gonna go right here. Treasurector again says, coming from the shooter experts at Splash Damage, was what he said. Totally oversold it. All right, so I need to go back up there and check more of that conversation. Now that looked like a good one. I know Maker of Chaos 12. Shout out to you for joining in. And Club Stadia, they were having a good conversation. We're gonna have to go back and check that out at some point, man. Stadia Kingdom says, I still didn't get Doom Eternal yet. Shame on you, my brother. Woo! If they had a gifting system, I'll gift you that today, bro. You know what I mean? I would gift you that because I need everybody to try that Doom Eternal, man. Especially after update 2. Man, that's all I'm gonna say. Don't get me started on that, man. That's a whole nother show, just alone. And he says, and I'm just about to start to playing Rise of Tomb Raider. All right, and that's fine. And guess what? You could have those games sitting back in your library. That's the beautiful thing about Stadia. You don't have to worry about taking it off your hard drive because you're running out of space because you only got a gig. You get what I'm saying, or terabyte, or whatever, or 500 gigabytes or whatever. You don't have to worry about that. So you can let these games sit, and Phil Harrison promised that they would never disappear. They would never go away, y'all. I remember somewhere, somehow, he even like hinted at the fact that if they did shut Stadia down for whatever dumb reason, right? If they did that they would still try to figure out how gamers would be able to play their games. See, there's a lot you can go out and research, man. That's the beautiful thing about this new platform. Yeah. There's so much out there that you can learn about, y'all, like how Stadia is how they're using a $6,000 PC to compete against when developing Stadia. They're using a $6,000 gaming rig to compete against. Now, these are facts, y'all. It's out there. If you just go check out some of those shows and everything, man, those keynotes and all that.
And that's what they want you to do.
Yeah. They want you to do that because they don't have enough time. They can't make a 3-hour show. You know what I mean? They can't. They could drop some blogs, and I get what some people are saying. They could be more transparent. They could have somebody like me, you, Chase, Eddie, whoever. You know what I'm saying? Just Brian, just dropping different just knowledge out there to the people because they might want to know these things. I get that. The transparency would be great. But yeah, man, with that said, it's just so many great things to be excited about this platform. It's just so many.
Absolutely. Any additional thoughts, Ray, before we move on?
I just think, it reminded me at Christmas, when you run under the tree and like, man, Mom, I remember I wanted this giant remote control car, right? I wanted something like this Bugatti right here, right? right. But I ended up with this little mini Lamborghini. I was like, Mom, I wanted something big, And I think that's what everybody was like, man, we was gonna get this big, huge extravaganza, and just people, that's just not how they roll, But you gotta look at the brighter picture.
Man, Ray, people on Xbox wanted a big show showing gameplay. What did they get? They got a lot of trailers and a lot of what ifs and promises. People on PlayStation sometimes want their games to come out that year when they announce the trailers, and sometimes they get them 2, 3, 4 years down the road. Yeah, come on. So
we was blinded. We was blinded. You should have, if you go back and you play it, the crowd play, and then the other games, and then just the features. It's that they promise. It's coming. So yeah,
definitely. All right. So as we move on, guys, I want to talk about this. Here
it is. There's the laugh of doom. There's the laugh of doom. You know what time it is.
This might be my favorite segment.
LOD, laugh of doom.
The Stadia exclusive double standard. Man, oh man, oh man, oh man. There is so much sold out there about Stadia exclusives. Now, here's the thing. People say that, hey, Stadia ain't got no exclusives, right? We hear that all the time, right, fellas? Right. We hear that all the time. Y'all ain't got no exclusives. Then Stadia gets an exclusive that people want to play. And then we hear, why is that coming to Stadia only? And here's the thing that bewilders me. Well, first and foremost, let's just go over some examples so we can laugh at them and drink their salty tears. Okay. All right. So I just simply go to Bomberman Stadia because at first, here's how I noticed this. At first, when I was looking at how Stadia was trending, I saw people that actually saw the Connect or owned Stadia that were skeptics that said, oh, I actually like that. Or, oh, after watching that, I tried Stadia. It's not bad. But then you had the idiot herd coming in, and the idiot herd comprised of the Geoff Kelly stands that don't know what the hell they're talking about, dopier-eyed than him, and people that are hating on Stadia exclusive. So I typed in Bomberman Stadia, and here's what I got. Let's see here. Oh, now y'all gonna give me all the positive tweets. Look at that. All of a sudden. Where's RIP? Oh, no, that was RIP. Okay. Stadia's getting another exclusive with Bomberman. So, look at all this positive stuff I'm getting. This is okay. Holy cow. Hold on. There goes the homie Rev. Hold on. I can't find it, but there's trust me, there's salt over Stadia getting Bomberman. I just saw it. The page refresh. I guess I don't know.
We believe you. I can tell you that. I believe you.
Mugs were hot. All right. So let's talk about this. All right, now they're gonna make a fool out of me. MM2K, you making up fake news. Watch. Hold on. Let's go down a couple more times.
People know your track record, man. They know you'll come out there and say it. You know what I mean? You'll walk the plank if you have to. You'll walk take the walk of shame if you have to.
But at least when people said, "Oh, there was positive Stadia news," we got it on file now. Look at all this positivity about it. Damn. Oh, here we go. Okay, here goes one. I had to scroll down a little bit for one though. 64-player Bomberman. Oh, cool. Stadia exclusive first. Look at that. Look at that big man. Look at that big man. And there was more and more of it. Then you got this. You know, there's Bomberman Battle Royal coming. Me, oh word, on Stadia. And then somebody with an upset. You know what I'm saying? And look, here's the thing that gets me. And then look, you see that they have Wario on there with it's coming to Stadia. Me, I am upset, and I got to talk to the homegirl Snow Bunny about this. I am upset, but I'm not. I guess I'm not. I shouldn't be surprised, but I'm upset that our Nintendo brethren and sisters are the ones that are perpetrating the most hate when it comes to Stadia exclusives. Look, here's the fact of the matter, y'all. Nintendo has wonderful IP. They got some of the most cherished IP ever.
All time.
But Nintendo's strength is the IP and the gimmickry around its portability. It's feasible portability. Stadia is not about that right now. At launch, Stadia is about cutting edge technology, and its cutting edge technology makes it more plausible for these games to come to Stadia even over Nintendo. Developing for Vulkan isn't as cumbersome and crazy as trying to develop and bring a AAA game to the Switch or even a AA game. So that has to be taken into account. You got to pick your poison, baby. But it's not an all-exclusive world. In this world, you don't have to just pick Pepsi or Coke. You can drink both. You can even double fist them.
Yeah, man.
Come on over to Stadia, baby. It's like that Dave Chappelle meme when he's Rick James and he's waving his fingers. Come on, baby. You can do it. Y'all can come on over. It's only $10 a month or just the price of the goddamn game.
And it's free for a month on top of that.
So what are you guys' thoughts on this? There's Bomberman, Orcs Must Die 3, and of course Serious Sam. Oh my gosh, I thought people were going to jump off the Lindenberg for Serious Sam 4. What are you guys' thoughts?
Man, I can tell you right now, I remember playing Bomberman and Ray. I know Ray know about that Bomberman life because the brother probably has to his left or his whatever, had Nintendo products from years ago, decades ago. You get what I'm saying? So I already know Ray knows about that Bomberman life. That right there, saying that you could play with 64 players on Google Stadia exclusively. Hey, nothing else to be said there. I see I would feel some type of way.
Man, first of all, shout out to Unfiltered Podcast and TSI because I was watching them with my buddy Rated Guy 87 Kevin. He texts me right away, Bomberman. So we go way back when we was young, man. And so just so you guys know, I love retro too. I'll bust out one of my old consoles and I'll play that. But guess what? Bomberman, I don't have to bust that. I can play 64 people. Come on now.
Yep.
Come on. That's just, like I said, variety of games for everybody. And I think that's a great exclusive. And yeah, Nintendo people are like, oh no, that's ours. You can't have that. You that's ours, but sorry.
PlayStation fans felt that way too, Ray. Death Stranding on that PC. Yes. Horizon Zero Dawn coming to that PC, so things are shifting, times are changing, companies are out here trying to figure out how they can get billions of gamers instead of millions. You know what I'm saying? We have to keep all these things into mind, y'all. It's not about us all the time. These companies are out here. We wasn't at the table when they was coming up with these plans and stuff, so we got to go along with what they do sometime. Now we have choices, because if you don't want to get Stadia, you can have a Nintendo Switch. You can have an Xbox Series X or a PS5 or whatever, or you can get you a PC or build it yourself. But you could also have Stadia with those things, y'all. Can you believe that? Can you believe that you can have a Stadia, a PS4, an Xbox, a PC, and a Switch? That's all, man. So we just have to change our way of thinking, I think now. Well, let me change that. You don't have to do a damn thing. You can do what you want to do. But it would just be wise to open your mind and realize that you know what I'm saying? Like you don't have to just be bound by one platform or fly with one flag or whatever. Yeah.
It may better serve you to be a little bit more fluid in your thought process when it comes to, like I said, if you buy one game a month for the price of one game, you can have GFN, Stadia, Xcloud, and Shadow. You know, the regular tier Shadow, all for the price of one game, and that'll give you access to hundreds of games that you don't have to buy. You don't really have to buy anything additional. You'll get your free pro games and this game and that game, and Xcloud is now going to be with Ultimate Game Pass. So what are y'all upset for? What are y'all upset for y'all trying to throw flags? Y'all trying to play colors with video games. It don't make any damn sense. Come on, y'all. Come on.
I will say to the people, man, if Microsoft, if you love them and you always had hopes because the PlayStation fans used to trash your system, they used to talk so much dirt and vice versa, you know what I mean? Then yeah, you can stay loyal. There's nothing wrong with it either. It's nothing wrong with that. If you don't, or some people might not have the money or want to throw the money out there to go multiple platforms. We understand you too. So there's love across the board. Just don't throw the shots at us. You know what I'm saying? Over here on Stadia.
Young Yay.
Wrong. Yeah. Wrong. Yeah. Yep. All right, guys. Great discussion. Let's move it on to our final segment before we get to questions. We're making good time, man. Let's do this. Call it Game Pulse. I'm coming up with all these snazzy names. That's what I'm calling it from now on. Game Pulse. All right, so let me share the screen, man. Let me share the screen. All right, so we got a couple of games that I just wanted to touch on real quick before we go to questions. First and foremost, courtesy of Stadia Source, your number one source for Stadia news. Lara Croft and the Temple of Osiris available now. Now, this is a day old, y'all. So you woke up yesterday, you probably checking out the Bibble Babble on the internet, and then you see, oh my goodness, they just stealth-dropped another game. Now that's $750 in British pounds, I believe, but it's $10 USD. So who wanted to grab it there first? How special is this of a deal to wake up to that yesterday?
Let me hold on. Do I got it? There it is right there.
You got it.
All right.
Yeah.
Shout out to Kevin. Kevin sent me a text and I picked that up right away. And I was like, that is another game I have not played. Of course, you're going to have like, oh man, and then just so you know, there's games that I have played on my Xbox and my PlayStation, and for some reason I played it better on the cloud.
Don't you say that?
Okay. All right, and I'm just keeping it real. Like Division, I had Division.
Oh yeah.
On my Xbox, I enjoyed playing it so much better on Stadia.
Oh, that is the de facto game. Look, I'm not to cut you off, man. I'm gonna give it back to you, but just for people that aren't aware, that might be listening to it, big ups to the 41 on YouTube and a couple that are on Facebook. Big up, shout out to y'all too. I want to say this: even Digital Foundry had to come out and admit that the de facto way to play Division 2 was on Stadia. They said, we wish that PlayStation and Xbox had performance modes like this. Even Digital Foundry.
Damn.
We can land base them all day, but even they had to come out and admit that. I'm sorry, Ray. Go ahead.
No, brother. No, I'm glad you shot that out because they was hard on us in the beginning.
Yeah.
You know, and so, but no, man, shout out for, the price is perfect. And I can't wait to play that game. I can't wait to play that. It's a really good game. So.
All right. And for me, I knew that I was on the Xbox and I saw that it dropped. And I don't know if it was included with Game Pass. I think it might have been, or it might be. So I was thinking about jumping into that. And then, it came over here. I told you, I got my library is just so crazy right now, so deep that I still had to look. There's so many games, y'all. There's stuff I still had to do in Destiny 2 that I can't get done because It's too many damn games on Stadia right now, believe it or not. So, yeah, short and sweet on that one.
Yep.
So the next game that we got up here is let's see here. We got the next game, which is, now we talked about this, Outriders, man. People were sleeping on this, but Outriders is coming to Stadia. It's an Anthem-like game. I'm gonna play it a little bit here so we can see what everything is about here. Let me turn this down. So
this is what I was highly anticipating.
Yeah.
This one there, man.
Yeah, and the thing about let me say this real quick. The thing about Stadia, like I know the console people were like, I mean, there's other things, but what Stadia's been great at is the games that we do get ported over. It's like they check them. They do like a quality test to them. You know what I'm saying? Like they've trimmed the fat. We don't get a bunch of bad games on Stadia. There might be a couple of games that I've seen out of the 65 plus games that people's like, that may not be my cup of tea. But generally, everybody loves everything on Stadia. But I'm sorry, Storm. Go ahead, brother.
Now, I was going to say, and keep in mind, you have to realize that they're optimizing these games too, because PUBG is not running at no damn 30 frames per second or lower on Stadia. It's locked at 60, y'all.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So they had to go back in there and make those tweaks just for Stadia. So, keep that in mind when it comes to the time. Now, I don't know how long that typically takes, but there's different things happening behind the scenes for these devs and stuff. So, man, Outriders was a game that I saw when I was actually in the market for my capture card. I was looking for my 4K capture card. So I went to Elgato's site, for example, and I saw them playing Outriders. And I was like, what the hell is this game? It looks dope. It looks spectacular, right? Yep. And I watched the trailer like maybe 10 times, the gameplay video. I think it was like maybe close to an hour-long video or whatever that they made. And the gameplay looked, crazy good. So now that was a surprise for me when I saw that announced at this Connect. I was like, oh hell yeah, that's a day one cop right there, because I'm looking forward to that game. I had no idea they were going to bring it. You didn't have an idea they were bringing it.
Yep.
Ray didn't have an idea. Trizarrecta, Makeup Chaos, Christopher Torres, Bibbidi Bop. None of us knew the damn game was coming, and that's the beauty of the stealth drops. So keep that in mind, y'all. Now, we said that earlier that Google's just gonna march to their own. They're gonna march to the beat of their own drum sometimes. Sometimes I didn't say all the time, because they are listening to what we're out here saying too. Believe it or not, y'all. So they're hearing our thoughts and opinions and stuff like that. So that's a major game I'm looking forward to, man. Ray, you can go ahead, bro.
I'm excited. I heard about this game. I was like, what? This is coming to Stadia. So I was really I'm happy that it's coming to Stadia. Because I was like, okay, when it comes out, I guess I'll be playing it on another console, but I'm definitely gonna wait and play it on Stadia. And it looks amazing. It looks good. Can't wait to see some more gameplay. They're gonna show some gameplay probably in the future. But yeah, I'm excited.
Oh, cool. All right, so let's move on. And well, me personally, this was a game that I was eyeing. I did like a lot of things about Anthem, but there were some things that were missing. So this is supposed to be an answer to that. It's Anthem-like without the it's Anthem-like without the flying. Is the best way to describe it. So, all right, next game, Outcaster announced for Stadia. This is the splash damage game. What are you guys' thoughts on this? Is this a disappointment or what do you guys think?
Ray, you want to go first this time?
Yeah, I'll go first, man. I'll go first. You know what, man? The game looks cute. It looks interesting. I can see, a bunch of us. Come on, just think about it, man. Running around, throwing curves, hitting one another. It reminds me of kind of like a Bomberman type game. You could do trick shots and stuff. So I like it. Looks fun. Looks funny, man. Definitely. I'll play it. I think we were waiting for like a shooter shoot game. But this game, come on, man. It reminds me of those like avatars on Switch. And there's some Avatar games that I played on Switch with certain characters that are kind of designed like this, and so yeah, I'm excited. I'm going to play it. I'm gonna play it.
Yo,
right, cool.
Deus Ex Macchiato just said something, bro. Now this right here, see, this is having a keen eye right here. He just said that remember combat on Atari with the tanks?
Mm-hmm. Oh,
I can go back I can go back. See, Deus Ex is showing me right there that you can go back. Yes, ain't that something? How you can do the trick shots off the damn wall, y'all? Now that just got me a little bit more hype for the game right there, man. Come on now, come on. I would never have seen that.
And the last game that we want to look at, of course, is the game of the year for 2019, Sekiro Shadow Die Twice. How big of a land is this for Stadia?
That game right there is going to make for some great content creation, y'all. If you don't believe me, watch when I get it day one. You know what I'm saying? It is going to be, I can't wait to see MM2K and LXIV, the homie 6'4", and other people out here in this community playing this game. It is going to be, there's going to be a lot of laughter, some anger, some broken controllers, broken windows. You know what I mean? Yo, that game is so, but it's a great game, man. And that's another surprise. And I think that game helped the whole, change the whole mind of the consensus, man, out there. You know what I mean? I think that was one of the ones that it was like, damn, if they got a From Software game, they can get Dark Souls now, and they can get this, and they can get a future game. Damn, they might even get the game that George R. Martin or whatever his name is working on at some point. That's what I'm seeing right now, y'all. So through all the smoke and all the doom and gloom and all that stuff, man, there's always some positivity. Like I say, there's always some sunshine and rainbows. That's going to be a huge game. I'm looking forward to it.
Your thoughts, Ray?
Guys, this is huge for Stadia because also just think, okay, yes, this game is already came out, and yes, you played it on a console, but imagine it playing in the clouds, playing on your TV, playing on your phone, playing on your browser. Click. You got click and play. It is amazing. And then just think, some of the other games that this company has done can actually come out.
Yeah.
And just so you guys know, just because a game is a year old or 2 years old does not make it a bad thing. Because I haven't played the Star Wars game because I'm waiting to play it on Stadia. And I think, and this controller, everybody's always talking about this Stadia controller, which I love the Stadia controller. And I can't wait to see how this controller and doing the moves and fighting is going to work. Mm-hmm. So I'm happy. I think this is a good thing. I'm glad that I heard it's hard though, man. I heard this game is hard.
Yeah.
Game's hard. Yeah. Good luck.
Well, it's not a typical MM2K game. I was talking to the homie Cold Blood Sensei, and I was like, "This ain't my style of game. I don't know. If I can steal the wife's credit card, I might stream it."
If you get that game and you play that first boss, you're gonna be hooked. You're gonna want to go beat that second boss, because every boss you beat, you're gonna feel a sense of accomplishment, bro, like no other game can provide.
I'm an old geezer. I've accomplished everything. With that said, my good friends, it's now we've covered a lot. We covered a lot of ground, man. We did well. Now it's time to go to Q&A, man. So Storm always got an eye for the chat. So if you got questions, do me a favor. Type in Stadia Dosage, so my half a good eye can catch it. or you can add Storm, do Project Storm or Ray, one of us, and we'll catch it for you. Exactly, yeah. Do one of us, and we'll get it, and we'll answer your question. But anything you catch Storm right now off the bat, Storm or Ray?
Well, I'm sitting up here, and like I said, man, today is just there's so much, man. Let me see. Oh, you may be getting around. Okay, Zogic's out here trying to help somebody, and that's the thing about this community, man. You ask questions, you're gonna get help immediately. Deus Ex Macchiato said, "Here's what has me hyped. From Software has used their Stadia dev kit and pushed a product to release, right? Mm-hmm. Now, hopefully, Elden Ring will show up, and that's what we were just talking about a minute ago. That's the game, Elden Ring.
Yeah,
man, that's gonna rub some people the wrong way if that's announced. And Trisurrecta feels like it could come as well. Wow. So it's crazy how we think alike, at times, man. All right, Ray, do you see anything out here? Shout out to Bjorn. I see you out there. say he was saying it looks like Outcast looks like Splatoon. Let me scroll up some more, man, because it was all.
I see Sony didn't buy Epic.
Yeah, Sony didn't buy it. That's and see that right there. Now these companies have that money, but I don't know if their pockets are deeper than Google. You know what I mean? Google can be out here. And what happened with the Warner? Speaking of that, what happened to Warner Brothers? WB, man. Anybody know?
No. When that Epic, speaking of Epic, when that Epic news came, remember that dropped. Nobody cared about that no more. That's
true.
That's Sony's. See, people call me a pony because I can appreciate Sony's business mastery. And they got look. I've been in the Fortune 500 world for 23 plus years. Man, I'm not saying that makes me special, but it gives me a set of understanding when it comes to this business stuff, right? So when I see Sony, as soon as Microsoft's try to get some buzz, they cut them off with other business news. I can respect, like I say, they business gangster. Hashtag they business gangster. I can respect it. Don't mean that I love Horizon Zero Dawn or anything like that. No, it doesn't mean that. It's just I can respect the moves that they make. And when they say things like, hey, we're trying to be a little bit more hardcore this generation, it tingles my ears a little bit as them as a secondary service. That's all. But, that's what Sony does. They do it well. They as soon as Xbox tries to get any momentum, they try to hash it, knock it down. Let's see what they do this time. Now with that Xcloud news, let's see what they do this time.
Yeah. Sajik said, I played Octopath on the bus on my way to work on 4G. Man, Don't tell me it's out there working on 4G.
Oh, yeah. When you sideloaded? Oh, yeah. Yep.
Oh, man. All right, Bibbidi Bop. He's out there. Everybody trying to help. Hey, Christopher Torres, shout out. Division 2 is a beast of a game. Y'all have no idea how Division 2 plays on Stadia. And here's something I'm going to jump into real quick. When you come over here, y'all, you feel a game like Orcs Must Die 3 that is just mind-blowing. I'm talking about no less than mind-blowing. How well that game is optimized and how it feels on Stadia and plays and looks on Stadia. Division 2 is the same way.
Oh my gosh.
Both MM2K and I have made content on that game like you wouldn't believe.
It's amazing.
It's people. It's when people come out here and they try to explain and describe Stadia, they say, yo, this is magic, man. This is magical. This is mind-blowing. It's unbelievable. It's just amazing. It's like, because they've never seen it before. They've never felt something like this over the cloud that performs the way it does when it's working great. And I see that somebody was having issues and they're trying to help.
Yeah.
And that happens. That happens too. I'm not going to sit up here and lie. Stadia is not perfect. Nothing is. I can tell you right now. All the gaming platforms I've tried, I've always had issues. You know what I'm saying? But Stadia is coming out the box working. I would say over 95% of the time that I'm on Stadia, especially on CCU, the Chromecast Ultra, it's working phenomenally. Brooklyn, we go hard, said, I had every game system since regular Nintendo. It's time to put them dinosaur boxes away and go all in with Google Stadia, baby. You know what time it is when Brooklyn go hard speaks. You know what I'm saying? Come on now. Let's see. Makers of Chaos 12. I don't know why they didn't talk about the sale on Stadia or the free Breakpoint weekend.
The free Breakpoint weekend got canceled.
Hey man, speaking of
let's talk
Breakpoint. Hey man, you want to talk about it now or you want to do a whole nother?
I'll just touch on it.
All right, okay.
We keep it real here. We're not industry shields. My job is not to lift up Google. I don't have my shoulders are not broad enough to hold up $1 billion company. Okay. I'm here for you, the unsuspecting gamer. I'm here to, tell you why I like Stadia, why I think it's the future of gaming, and give you the good and the bad to help you with your purchasing decision. Maybe you agree with me, maybe you won't. But with that said, at the end of the day, just as much as we praise Ubisoft for the Division, I gotta also knock them down for Ghost Recon Breakpoint. They're at both ends of the spectrum. They have the best performing, best looking game. And they also have the worst performing, worst looking game on the platform. Ghost Recon Breakpoint, even though it's a fun game, and it's not so much just on Stadia. It's just it just plays bad everywhere except for PC. It's also horrible on console too. So I'm really disappointed because they added this new teammate AI. I want to get into it, but I just can't because it just performs so bad. So Ubisoft, man, y'all really are messing up an opportunity here because Ghost Recon Breakpoint, can look better and can perform better. And I just know if they do both of that just a little bit, work on it a little bit, it can be so much of a better experience, something that can really be financially appealing to a lot of people. But y'all messed that up, man. I hope y'all get better at it.
Watchdog.
Yeah, man. I just don't know, Ray. I don't know what's going on, man. But hey, anything you catch, Ray, in the chat that you wanted to address?
Let's see. What about the full arms?
Ray was up there listening to you, man. You know what I'm saying? Enjoying the show.
I'm like a fan, man. I'm like I'm on the panel, and I'm just like you guys. I'm a fan of you guys, but sorry, chat. There's a lot.
It's all right. No. Brooklyn, we go hard. Yeah, you know me. Hey, look, Brooklyn, I'm hard. I'm old, man. Sometimes
you ain't old, man. Get out of here.
I sometimes I forget to take my Metamucil and flush out my system, man. I don't remember well, man. I said $1 billion. I know, man. I know it's $1 trillion company. I'm sorry, good brother. You said, yeah, that's going to be massive. I just don't want Tencent or Hawaii. Okay, that's they're in the middle of a discussion there. Anything else? Hey, Storm, anything else before we roll up out of here, man? Oh, hold on. We got Borson. We almost missed him. Born Borson. He said, Stadia Dosage. The big deal with Stadia really is the dev tools developed in the cloud with Chimera and Google's other machine learning stuff is what will turn the needle. It'll take some time, though. Born, you must be a developer, brother. You must be a developer.
Maybe.
I'm just trying to get where you at. Yeah, y'all want to chime in on that? What do y'all think about that?
Hey, man, look. All right, what was it again? Because I was up here reading what Zajic was saying. I was about to drop that.
Oh, no, that's right. Yeah, we can drop that next. But Borson says, Stadia Dosage. The big deal with Stadia really is the dev tools developed in the cloud with Chimera and Google's other machine learning stuff is what will turn the needle. It'll just take some time, though.
No, he's not lying about that because Chimera, man, huge. We've all heard about it. We had to look up, learn more about it. But, man, that machine learning stuff right there, I was reading up on that or watching one of the shows, the keynote speeches or something that Google did. Mm-hmm. And they were talking about how with machine learning, how they could use a bot. Like, say you're playing PUBG, Ray. You're playing running the squad match or duos, and you have this bot with you. This bot can be learning how you play, Ray. You know what I'm saying? Wow. And then go out here and get better than you and take out the competition. They said that they use bots to go up against some of the esports guys, competitive pro level gamers, and the bot won, man. You get what I'm saying? And the bot learned from other players to the point where it outdid those players. That's crazy. Machine learning, all that stuff. Then they're talking about like Google Maps and stuff, how they could throw Google Maps into these games. So imagine playing a game like the Crew 2 or one of these massive cross-country racing games and stuff like that. And you have real locations based on the map that they scanned or something like that. Man, the possibilities are crazy. It's just, I don't know, man. Google Assistant, people keep looking at that as a small thing. You know what I mean? But just incorporating that into if I'm stuck on Sekiro MM or if you're stuck on Sekiro, however you want to pronounce it, Sekiro or Sekiro. I call it Sekiro because it's like Sekiro. That's what I say on Xbox. But check this out. Imagine playing that game and you get stuck. You're like, damn, where do I go? I need to go over here and find these firecrackers or whatever. Not to spoil anything, y'all. I need to find these firecrackers. It'll show you exactly where you need to go, man. You hop back in there and you're not having the headache that you would have had. Come on, man. All these features baked into this, man, it's crazy.
I just wanted to add it. People, Rome was not built in a day. I keep saying this. Rome was not built in a day. It takes time to perfect and time to, bring all this wonderful technology. They don't build studios to close. So they're working on stuff for our future. Like I said, I'm a founder. I've invested in this Stadia. I'm invested in a lot of games, and we just got to be, I think we get like, man, this ain't dropping. I need this to drop like right away, and it just don't happen that way. You just got to be patient. You got to sometimes think outside the box, and you just got to It is coming. The games are coming, and all this we're getting, and people we are getting new games. Watchdog is a new game. Cyberpunk is a new game. You know, those games are coming, and so and there's more to come. We just got to be patient. You know, we just got to stay patient.
Pretty much. Then Dosage said whatever. He said basically, "Yo, everyone is judging Outcasters by its cover. That game was what Splash Damage wanted to make. The quality of the game is not defined by its visuals." Now that's deep. That's deep.
I agree.
You know, and see and what we had to keep in mind as well is Jade Raymond and other, Shannon Stud still and everybody else could be working on those mind-blowing franchises. Splash Damage could be working on a whole nother game. You know what I'm saying? They could be working on games simultaneously or in collaboration with other devs or whatever in the first-party studios. So that's it, man. I mean, let me see. I don't know how much time I am, but that's pretty much what I wanted to get to, man.
One more thing I wanted to add.
Say that again, Ray.
One more thing I wanted to add.
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead, good brother.
Do you just want a platform with all battle royale games?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, because I've been hearing Apex, Warzone, Fortnite, which are popular games and they're doing a lot, but variety, you want to reach masses, not just a certain group of people that just go around and just shoot in a room, but you want to be big. You got to be bigger. And you got to think outside the box. You got to do a lot of other things to bring people in. And the Splash game, I'm actually, I when I saw that curve, when they did the curve and it came around and hit the character and the character exploded, I started laughing my butt off, man. And I ain't gonna lie, that's something. And plus, people, I am a parent. I'm a father. I got a son and a daughter. There's also, you got to think about family too. We hardcore gamers, but there's things also, there's called family time. There's games that you want to play. And that particular game right there, that's something that I could play with my son and we can laugh and enjoy. So, shout out to the company for even making that game. I'm excited for it.
Word.
Hey, I think we hit the nail right on the head everywhere. This was a fantastic show. Glad we could do this, and big ups to not only the chat but the panel, Projekt Storm, and our special guest Ray 3473. Thank you so much, brother. I know you got to get up out of here, so we're going to close this out. I want to thank everybody for coming through. Definitely, if we're part of the PNTS network. You hear me say that a lot, but check us out. We're going through some renovations, right? We're going to be doing some big things soon. So definitely go to PN, Pencil Neck 30-something. If y'all didn't know what that stood for, Pencil Neck 30-something. I'm not in my 30s anymore, but, it's a wish. Pencil Neck 30-something, PNTS network.com for more great content like this. With other great chats. Scram Parks, even though I was, poking fun at my brother yesterday, that was a funny ass episode. It
really was. It was
a funny episode. You definitely got to, if you will be entertained. I'm just more in lines of, I'm a big hip hop fan, old school hip hop fan, and there's an artist named KRS-One, and one of his things, you know what I'm saying? His moniker was edutainment. You know what I'm saying, Ray? And exactly. I'm entertaining you, but I want you to be educated as well. You feel me? So we just want the edutainment, and there was a lot of entertainment, but my brothers, they couldn't find the education. They couldn't find the education part of it last night, but that's all right. Well, we cleared it up today. But big ups to them. They had a fantastic show, and also check out We Bleed Green every Monday 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And along with this show every Thursday, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And with that said, Ray, and Storm, where can they find you, good brothers?
Well, I'll say this. You can find me here on YouTube at right here at youtube.com. YouTube, damn. AMM, yesterday you couldn't talk. Now I can't goddamn talk. youtube.com/Projekt Storm. You can find me right here. And over on Twitter, you can find me at the Nephophiliac, which means lover of clouds, because I love me some cloud gaming, y'all. So those two places you can find me.
All right.
Ray Sherrod on YouTube, Ray Sherrod, SHRROD. And then I am a Twitch affiliate and I do stream on Twitch. Ray 3473. And then guys, send me some DMs, messages. I love the community. I love you guys. My Twitter is Ray3473. And I stream on YouTube on Saturday nights and Sunday and Monday nights.
Oh. That's right. Definitely dope content over there too.
Check out the Cyborg, man. He has some great streams, definitely. And with that said, I want to thank everybody for coming through. We were at like 49 strong. That's big for the channel at one point in time, man. See, they don't come here to see me. They come here to see y'all, Storm and Ray, man.
It's the team, man. It's the team. No I in team.
Maybe we can get them together more often. We'll see. With that said, I appreciate everybody, and you all have a wonderful gaming day. Peace.
Have a good one, y'all.
I'm not sorry. Stay sick cause I follow my gut. They say I was pushing my luck. I'ma push me a matte all black truck. Oh, I'm not sorry.